thank you for all you've done. We are grateful for you being with us through every quiz, test, exam, project, and presentation. These all felt stressful at the time, but you helped us through them. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here this evening and to graduate with our class. We are blessed by you. Thank you for sending your Holy Spirit to this ceremony. May you guide today's graduates and help us to achieve the plans you have for us. Lord, each student of class of 2018 will face many obstacles and challenges in life. However, we know that you will be there, that you are the almighty, powerful, loving God. Please be with all our families as they face us transitioning to college, professional training, or work. You are the God of wonders. Thank you for having a plan for every single one of us here. We love you and ask these things in your name. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to welcome all esteemed faculty, alumni, friends, family, and distinguished guests to the 90th commencement ceremony of Loma Linda Academy. Thank you for being with us. This is a day we have looked forward to where we can stretch out our wings and soar. Welcome.
That's my boy. Woo-hoo! What a good boy. George! Yeah, George! That's my boy. That's my girl. Woohoo! That's right. 13 years. Nope. Okay.
First, I would like to thank the previous treasurers of our class for their dedication to each fundraiser and managing our funds. I want to thank all of the other officers, current and past, for their creativity and devotion. Your commitment made my job easier. Thank you to our parents for your many contributions of time and money. I'd like to also thank our sponsors. If you haven't noticed by now, they're definitely some of the hardest working people. Finally, I want to thank all of you who've contributed to our fundraisers, whether you purchased Dippin' Dots at the Fall Fair, curry and rice at the Elementary Book Fair in November, mistletoe at Christmas, a compatibility survey in February, or a mixed bag in the spring. Thank you for supporting our class. We deeply appreciate any contribution you have made. Because of everything you've provided for us, we would like to give back to our school community. The senior class of 2018 has chosen to donate an 8-passenger golf cart with our class slogan, "To Infinity and Beyond." We hope students will benefit from its service as a campus Uber vehicle. Whether transferring inter students to the nurse, carrying prospective families on a campus tour, or transporting alumni from the parking lot to annual gatherings in Chan Auditorium, our class thought this vehicle could serve our community in a more direct way. Although many of us may be traveling 20 miles west or 2,000 miles east, we hope that the LLA community will continue to benefit from our gift and find more joy in daily life.
Good evening. And oh my. Let me fix that. Good evening, and thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you parents for being here. I know for some of you, this event is a long time coming. And for others, well, you're just glad we made it to this point. Believe me, I know between my brother and I have experienced both. However, I'm sorry to say that I'm not up here to talk about you. Teachers, you have been the mentors of our life, and the people we have looked to teach us all that we think we know and that we ultimately do not. You have helped us grow not only intellectually, but as those famous Estlers say, spiritually, physically, and socially. But unfortunately, I must confess, this speech is not about you either. Now, the class of 2018. What's poppin'? The past 4 years have been fun. As a class, we have grown so much from that moment when Miss Phillips first took notice of us at that infamous K-12 assembly. When she heard our cheer, or lack thereof, she must have been nervous. She must have thought to herself, how is this class ever gonna win Class of the Year? But freshman year, when we showed up eager to participate, she was surprised to find out that she was partially right. But we spent the first 3 years of our high school career coming in last in class points. It was not, however, due to the lack of effort. From year to year, we gave it our all. And at some point between freshman and junior year, I'm sure that we came close to third. But this year, we decided that coming in last was getting boring. So we pulled together and showed everyone that we could win Class of the Year, even despite some questionable calls throughout the year. This year, we displayed the strength of our unity as a class to the whole school. But this is something I have seen all along. I've seen it in the Vespers we've had, in the campouts we've gone on, and all other class competitions. This quality has only grown along with us since freshman year, and grown we have. We have learned countless lessons. Lessons like rice that has been spilt on the floor cannot be put back and served. We have learned that just because something is not living does not mean it's a robot. We have learned that camping in the rain is not as fun as it seems, and that learning about the Bible characters in the form of righteous roasts is the real deal. We've learned math, science, English, and history. We've learned about how to make friends and how to keep them. We've learned the importance of friends, family, and the faculty here at Loma Linda Academy in our life. But most importantly, we've learned the importance of God in our life. He, above all else, has guided us through high school to this moment. So friends, I pray that you keep your eyes fixed on Him. You know that He has a plan for you. They are plans to prosper you, not to hurt you. They are plans to give you a hope and a future. So class of 2018, if you haven't figured it out yet, this speech is to you. This celebration is for you. And what you do from here on out is up to you. So take pride in all the work that you've done to earn this moment, and know that there is much more in store for you. God has a plan for you. Follow it. Seize the opportunities laid out before you by your parents and your teachers. Go from here today and work hard, as I know you can, to fulfill your dreams and the plans that the Lord has for you. It's not always going to be easy. Some things won't go as planned. You may not always finish first. You may even come in last. But know, when those hard times come and you feel like you have nowhere to turn, know that you have a friend in each and every person sitting next to you today, and that you have a friend in me.
Aww.
Know that God has a road for you to follow, and He will be there for you when you lose your way. And when you follow that road to its end, keep going to infinity and beyond. Thank you each and everyone sitting here today for the memories that we have shared, and thank you for letting me serve as your president. I love you guys, and may God bless you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mason Perryman, and I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker tonight. Our speaker has held great positions through hard work and well-earned achievements. He has never failed to support me and back me up in every single thing I do, and has put the drive in me to become a better person every day. Despite his compact schedule, he has always provided for me and my two brothers in all of our endeavors, no matter what the situation may be. Whenever I'm in a tough situation or just feeling lost, I know I can count on him to be that listening ear we all need and guide me through any obstacle life throws at me. Because of all these things and many more, I know that I could not have asked for a better role model and a better father in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Scott Perryman.
Stand here. Well, I was going to take the glasses off, but I'm going to leave them on here for a minute if you don't mind. Mason, thank you for the introduction. And Kenny, I really enjoyed your comments. I'm truly inspired. What a talented and great looking group you all are. If you all will you please bow your heads with me as we begin. Our Father in heaven, it's been a wonderful weekend. We gather together here this evening one last time and pause to celebrate each member of the Loma Linda Academy Class of 2018. We thank you for the teachers, administrators, pastors, staff, and volunteers who have joined together for the education of our young men and women. You know the stories of each family represented here, of their joys and sorrows, and of the hope each has for their future. Please bless us now as we lift these graduates up to you. In your precious and holy name, we pray. Amen. Mr. Herman, Mrs. Tickner, Mr. Figueroa, distinguished members of our faculty, school board, proud and relieved parents, and members of the Loma Linda Academy graduating class of 2018, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. I'm going to aspire to make this address a finite experience, as I'm aware that it is well known in the world of public speaking that there is no pleasure you can give an audience that compares to the pleasure they get when it is over. Okay, good start. So, you can look forward to experiencing that pleasure 13 minutes from now. Math majors, start your clock. Class of 2018, I must confess that several months ago, when Mrs. Tickner left me a message to call her, my first thought was not, awesome, I wonder what honor the Loma Linda Academy Class of 2018 is going to bestow on me today. No, truthfully, my first thought was something more like, oh no, what did Mason and CJ do this time? Or not do this time? So you can imagine the relief I felt when she quickly let me know all was well, and that you were asking me to share my thoughts with you on this, your big day. After last Friday night's messages to you from Mrs. Phillips and Mr. Stone, I must confess that I panicked a little bit, because I don't know you all as nearly as well as they do. I was also reminded after many lectures on math and literature that I am not smarter than a fifth grader, much less a high schooler. Although I've watched many, if not most of you for hours and hours over the last 3 years, I didn't experience your daily dramas to nearly the same degree in class. But I have watched you in very stressful, mostly competitive situations. I got a front row seat, thank you very much, Coach Camacho, to watch an example of your excellence as our ladies volleyball team won the CIF Southern Section Championship and went further than any other Loma Linda team has into the state championships. If I have that last part wrong, I'm sure there will be an alum here that will gently correct me. I've seen you come out week after week and support each other, whether you played that sport or not. I've seen you stand up for each other when others didn't treat a classmate of yours so well in competition. I've seen you argue with each other, and I've seen you carry each other off a court and a field with incredible empathy, concern, and affection. In those moments, the contest faded into the background, as they should, and you took care of each other. I also know that these outcomes don't happen accidentally, and they are evidence of the years and years of love, encouragement, and maybe a little correction from your parents and educators. I have been so blessed by all of you, and I thank you. I chose the title of this celebration of your graduation, There Is a Plan, to help you put today into context. Although this is an important milestone in your life, you are truly just beginning. You're building the lessons that will add up to a life well lived, and nothing will affect you more positively or negatively than your relationships. So this evening we're going to chat just a bit about your relationships in 3 areas: relationship with yourself, relationship with other people, and relationship with society at large. I hope in these few moments we have together that I can get you to think, really think about these relationships and how they can help you realize the plan for your life. I'm going to offer you 3 wishes that I have for you. I have no misconceptions that you will remember them all, but maybe some part of this will stay with you and find its place in the recesses of your memory should it prove helpful in the future. Before we get started talking about relationships, I want you to think about something you're passionate about and set an intention to pursue it. If you can earn a living doing it, great, but that's not required. Although you will have to support yourselves and maybe someday a family, you also must have things in your life that drive you, things that give you a reason to get up and excited about the day. By way of example, I love my work in children's health, and I've spent my adult life working in administrative roles in healthcare. However, if you have known me for any length of time, you know that one of my other lifelong passions is baseball. Now, if you are a baseball person, I don't have to say another word to explain myself. But for those of you who are not, I hope that you will indulge me while I explain how baseball has become to mean so much in my life. 37 years ago, about this time, my parents signed me up to play in a local baseball league. Their reason was simple. They got tired of being called in after visit at school because of my poor sportsmanship and hyper-competitiveness in recess. To my memory, my parents never missed a game, and I played, including my father, who was opening and growing a medical practice, a private practice at that time. I played well enough, and in that first year, when a man I didn't even know at the time, Galen Wisdom, opened up a whole new world for me as a kid and drafted me. Making that first All-Star team, our town's second team, taught me that you never know who is watching and to stay focused regardless of the circumstance. My regular season team was terrible that year, but when Coach Wisdom's team played against us, he saw something in me and he took a chance and put me on his All-Star team. Even though my dad told him as a Seventh-day Adventist that we would not be playing Fridays after sundown or Saturdays before sundown. Our team almost went out in our first round, and we lost a game in which we used up all of our pitching, and I left before what I thought was going to be our final game, played after sundown on that Friday night. Our team of second stringers played incredibly well, and we won without me while I sat dejected at home. Coach Wisdom called my dad late that night and gave us the good news and asked that I come play in the final game Saturday that started just before sundown. We dutifully showed up on the field the next day, almost the second after the sun went down. And yes, we were waiting in the parking lot at the field until it did. Don't judge me. Coach Wisdom put me right in the game. I'm sure he took some criticism for that with the other parents. We won that night, and we won the district title. And incidentally, our second team All-Stars beat our local town's first team All-Stars in the next round. I also learned that there's a significant value in a committed team with diverse and complementary skills working together to accomplish the same goals. This experience has followed me my entire life, and I blame it for my sometimes naive optimism that anything is possible. As a postscript to this story, would you believe that about 10 years later, my teammate and Coach Wisdom's son, Brent, an off-duty police officer at the time, died in the line of duty at the hand of a drunk driver, helping a stranded motorist change her tire on the shoulder of a highway in his home from an overnight shift. About 15 years later after that, more than 25 years after that summer of baseball miracles, I got another call from Coach Wisdom's family to find out that he had passed away in a senseless accident in his home, way too young. I was overwhelmed when I realized that Coach Wisdom's family had arranged for a screen scrolling pictures from that 11 and 12-year-old All-Star team to play during his funeral, more than 25 years later. Relationships matter. Now, speaking of naive optimism, I want to give you a hard time about something. As you may or may not all know, your class motto is, we cannot discover new oceans unless we have the courage to lose sight of the shore. It's a nice sentiment on its face, written by the author Andre Gide, who was kind of a mess, by the way. Did anyone Google him? Wow. Anyway, because you've chosen it, I wanted to recognize it, but I'll admit that I'm not sure about it. I'm troubled at the thought of drifting blindly, losing sight of land with the hope you will find vast more oceans in which to drift. Sounds a little bit too Generation Z for me. I'm a lot more comfortable with the metaphor of a rock, solid, dependable foundation on which you can build. But this is your day and these are your thoughts. I respect that, and I wish you well with your infinite musings and as yet unexplored oceans. If, by chance, however, you wind up adrift and unclear about where to go, remember that there is a plan that God has in mind for each of you, something that you were made to accomplish because you were created with intention. In fact, according to one source, the chance that two people in the world are genetically identical is 1 in 2/6,400,000 power, such a small number that it's essentially zero. I'm proud, however, that you have found evidence of God's plan in your class scripture. Let's look at it now again for one last time in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I found a similar message in John 15:16. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and I appointed you so that you should go and bear fruit, that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you. But my favorite evidence of your unique creation is in Psalm 139:13-16. It's a slightly different perspective in the poetic words of the psalmist. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I love that, fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I, being made in a secret, intricately woven in the deep depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed substance, and your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. So you are unique, and the Bible tells us that there is a plan for your life. It is likely that a few of you are sitting on our stage not sure of what to do next. Even if you've chosen a college or a career, you're most certainly a little bit concerned about the unknown. If you are one of those who feels like everyone else but you have figured out his or her life already, I want to give you some encouragement. You are not alone, and you will never be alone. God is always with you. He is right there, and he will help you figure it out. And as you sail into new oceans, my first wish for you today is that you accept the intention and importance of your creation and commit to the journey to fulfill God's plan for your life. After all, like David, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I want to share a few more examples of my life, relationships from baseball, sort of in the form of a seventh inning stretch, if you will. What I've not told you yet is that baseball introduced me to my wife's mother, Eddie Gay, who introduced me to my wife, to be Angie, who eventually introduced me to her father, Daryl, while with my parents, Bill and Connie, and my sister, Tiffany, we all watched my brother, Brett, and my future brother-in-law, Kyle, play baseball one summer on the same team. And as you would guess, in our first official date, Angie and I went to a Major League Baseball game. Yes, the Texas Rangers. Okay, both of you. And of course, this one they won. They beat the Twins in Arlington 3-0. So I don't have much to compare to last year's Cubs fan. So baseball matters to me very much because of all the relationships that have grown out of it, including my nieces, Abby and Zoe, daughters of Kyle and Kelly, and my nephew, Bronson, son of Tiffany and Christian, who are all here with their parents to celebrate with you, and their cousins, Blake and Hunter, and of course, Mason, who is sitting among you this evening. Now look around you. As far as you can see, there's evidence of God's creation, and each of you have similar stories. All gathered here today, your teachers, your favorites, and your not-so-favorites, your parents, your siblings, your friends, and even your frenemies are all here to celebrate you. With that, we come to my second wish for you. Show your respect for all of God's creations, especially the ones that annoy you. Surround others with love and accept their love for you in return. The kind of love I'm referring to here is the stuff that holds a family together through all kinds of seasons. It's the selfless, unconditional type of love that helps people to forgive one another, to respect one another, and to serve one another day in and day out. You see, wherever you're headed, to a new school or a new job, or on your search for those new oceans, the surest way to avoid loneliness and find companionship is to seek those who might need your friendship and to accept the friendship of others. It will literally add years to your life. One of my greatest regrets for you is that you have grown up in a country that has become more and more contentious. We are subtly and overtly reminded of how we are different from each other constantly, and those differences are frequently cast in the negative. I don't know exactly how we got here, but in my estimation, civility is now a competitive advantage. Segmentation and social isolation have become big business. You can watch news outlets 24/7 that tell you what you want to hear and affirm your values. Social media tracks your every movement because privacy is given away freely and willingly. We are each bombarded with reminders of our victim status and guidance for who to blame. Your most important demographic trait, the one that binds you all together if you accept it, is that you're a child of God. Beyond that, define yourself. Don't let others define you. You are unique and your existence is purposeful. We need different and varying perspectives. We need differences in appearance. We need each other's passions. We are all fearfully and wonderfully made. So my third and final wish for you is that collectively you can turn the tide, that you can bring civility back as a core value for our society and relationships. I pray that tolerance will become your generation's calling card. And there you have it, my 3 wishes for you that I hope will inform your plan. That you first accept the intention and importance of your creation and commit to the journey to fulfill God's plan for your life. Second, that you surround others with love and accept their love for you in return. And finally, that you bind and bring civility and tolerance back as a core value in all of your interactions. As we close, I want to encourage you that if you remember nothing else from our few minutes together here, please remember this. The surest way I know to live a fulfilling life and complete your plan is to be deliberate about putting God first. Spend time in study and prayer and guard your time with Him. He will walk with you as you fulfill His plan for your life. And above all else, make this your lifelong pursuit. Commit to it, and it will mold and focus your life. Class of 2018, I thank you once again for the opportunity to share my hopes and wishes for you. Congratulations on completing the next major milestone in God's plan for your life. You are each loved, and we are here for you if you need us, no matter how far away you go. May God bless you as you soar, not drift, into the next phases of your life. Thank you.
It's almost time. I was wondering what I should say to you since we've just heard an outstanding commencement address. And I'm not sure how much you'll even remember from all the speeches you've heard this weekend. And I've decided this is called the Principal's Challenge because it's a challenge for me to come up with some words of wisdom you'll actually remember. But you are about to receive your diplomas. The moment this whole weekend has been about. That time you get to take your picture with me. So before we get to that, here's my challenge to you. First, remember to always be true to yourself. Seems simple, right? That means being genuine to who you are, loyal to what you believe in, and not afraid to stand up for yourself. Hopefully that includes embracing and supporting the rights and dignity of everyone around you without judgment. Second, don't forget that God never abandons you. No matter what, He's always there, no matter what. And last, I believe in you. Every teacher and faculty member sitting over there believes in you. Be true to yourself, keep Jesus close, and LLA believes in you. That's it. Challenge presented. I hope you choose to accept it. Are you ready, graduates? I'm not calling you seniors anymore. Okay, prepare to receive your diplomas. Will the first row please stand? As the first row comes around, I'd like to ask members of the audience to respectfully wait until the graduate's full name is read before applauding or yelling out. Their parents have waited a long time to hear their child's name out of respect for them and all the effort Mr. Fig is making trying to say their name correctly. We ask this favor of you.
You okay? He's the second row. He's second row. And you're going to go that way. Okay. And you can't run.
Hannah! Woo! All three of them! Daniel Matthew Abella. Leylin Mahal Aguilar.
They go forward,
Tasfia Ahmed.
yeah.
Armin Yuri Altimus. Marlea Gator Asprick. Rebecca Ann Bates. Odessa Mana Atskovich Tedesse. Amy Caitlin Blair.
Fabiola. Fabiola, they're getting up to second
Ariel
row.
JP Santa Ana Cabreros. Kadam K Minimo Karagdag. Yesenia Castañeda. Hannah Ju-un Cheng. Ting Chi Judy Chu. Brendan Nokasa Kokos. Aman Mahesh Desai. Vavisha Anup Desai. Nathaniel Edson Dean. Haisha Harry Feng. Joshua John Garcia II. Tatenda Vashi Gavasa. Leneber Hazel Guzman Morales.
I can see him. I can see that. Oh, they stand right there. Can you have a picture?
Jacob Edison Guzman. Chantal Lisette Guzman. Morgan Ashley Sage Hall. Charles Alexander Hawkins. Julian Zane Hawkins. Young Emily He. Sophia Elizabeth Hodgkin. Jacqueline Yejin Im. Ashley Rebecca Joseph. Samara Kasru. Caitlin Chu-He Kim. Sun Il Sean Kim. Kellen Reiji Kunihara. Andrea Marie Lau. Douglas Yu King Lau. Dong Ah Ellie Lee.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Suk Josh Lee. Christopher Daniel Leone. Yena Diana Lin.
And then bring it back.
Erin Victoria Lee.
Is that the gate over there? Oh, yeah.
Julianne Elora Magata. Julia John Massey. Robinson Robin Massey. Edward Josiah McField Milliner. Hannah Renee McKee. Walterio Moses Montañez. Austin James Oliver. Natalie Monique Palomares. G-Suck Robin Park. Johnny Mason Perryman. Sean Allner Alzola Pimentel.
He's so fun. What? I didn't hear myself. I'm gonna get for you.
Shelly Kim Rouser. Brandon Michael Reed. Isabel Noemi Rengifo.
I know, right?
Haley Marie Hijin Reynolds. David Jahan Rowe.
Here's your sign.
Cesar Augusto Rivas Jr. Josh Michael Rivera. Kylie Jasmine Romer. Marco Andrés Ruiz Guevara. Marissa Serrano. Kristen Elizabeth Simental. Hannah Sofia Catarina Sitanga. Angelica Marie Smith. Kaleo Ryan Harrison Smith. Sarah Adelaide Tanker. Kendallyn Sarah Ukiru. Jessica Jasmine Valenzuela. Brianna Bernice Vasquez. Leslie Crystal Villanueva. Xavier Alonzo Watkins. Tamari Lee Webb. Leon Woodcock. Inka Shu. Lauren Elizabeth Wilson. Ivana Paola Rodriguez Vargas. Nelson Scott Phillips. Solomon Angelino Dial. Nathalie Magda Bates. Crizel and Malibago Barrera. George Matthew Corrales. Rika Isabel Belus. Jung-woo Andy Sub. Nicole Alyssa Evangelista. Sierra Lindsay Rader. Emily Claire Taylor. Marcus Cardavar. Megan Brooke Vegaños Napal. Preston Goldburn II. Kenneth Alexander Dockham.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2018. They look wonderful. Give them one more hand. Graduates, graduates, you have heard many things tonight. Thank you for a chance to give my final few words to you. Let me first say a few words about this location. The graduating class of 1992 was the first of many decades to hold commencement on the Loma Linda Academy campus. We set up on the athletic field with some people expressing concern that it could never work out there outside. However, we did it, and we held 26 commencements there, giving diplomas to 3,357 graduates over here in this field, nearly half of the total number of LLA graduates. By the way, a little point of interest, Kenny, you're the last one to get your diploma here. You were the 6,801st graduate from Loma Linda Academy. But over the past years, we've eyed this location here as a good space to go have commencement. The renovation of the high school gym gave us a good reason to make the switch. I'm excited about this change. In class of 2018, you have the distinction of beginning the brand new tradition. And it will only get better as each year, as these oak trees get larger. But now for you, class of 2018, good job. We love you. We're proud of you. Now let's get right to it. You are no longer seniors. Instead, you are alumni and you are freshmen. Three simple pieces of advice. You've been getting things in threes, and I'd add my set of three pieces of advice. First, in the words of Austin P. Ryan, don't forget to show love. Austin was 4 years old when he learned that there were people who had no home and no family. He determined to do something about this, so he took all of his allowance money and he bought sandwiches to pass out to the homeless. You may have seen his story as reported by the CBS News. He dresses in a Superman cape and he calls himself President Austin because he figures that's what a president does. And with each meal dispensed, he gives the simple advice, don't forget to show love. So first, don't forget to show love. To everybody, every day, every chance you get. Second, you may feel like the academic equivalent of a 4-year-old when you arrive on college or university campus this fall. But that does not mean you can't make a difference. No matter where you are on the academic, social, economic, or whatever power scale, treat everybody with love and respect. And third, when you get on that campus, you will have more freedom than you have ever had. You'll be making decisions of great consequence. You're beginning a period of rivaled in significance only by the first 5 years of life. Be wise. We enjoy catching up with our alumni as you return to campus to visit us, and as you gather and celebrate through the years. We love being a part of those gatherings. I will note that at those events, it is not uncommon for some graduates to demonstrate, sometimes rather proudly, that they have made choices that would, shall we say, have gotten them dismissed from here. You know what our response is? We will always love you, and we are always so glad to see you. But to you right now, with our last words to you, let me say this. There are enough people on earth who follow the crowd. What this world needs, what our church needs, are people who follow Jesus first, last, and always. So this is my three-part challenge. Don't forget to show love. You can, no matter what you're standing, make a difference. Follow Jesus always, even if you are in the minority. Now for another group of students eager to take your place. I give you seniors the same three-part challenge. Again, don't forget to show love. You can, no matter what you're standing, make a difference. And follow Jesus always, even if you are in the minority. I hear good things about you as a class. Juniors, for the last time. You will have much to do with the success of the school year for all students, so take that responsibility seriously, which includes making sure it is a fun and fulfilling year. This is your time. This is your year. Make the most of it. So at the end of the countdown, it will be your time to celebrate, safely and sanely, as you become the senior class of 2019. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
Graduates, it is my privilege to recognize those of you who have served as leaders throughout the past 4 years. However, we understand that all of you have contributed to the well-being of our campus in significant ways, more often in the small and daily choices you have made. So to you, we give our thanks. However, a number of you have served as officers, ministry directors, team captains, and I want our community to see who you are and thank you for your servant leadership. Graduates, please remain standing until asked to be seated. Will all the graduates who, in the last 4 years, have served as Student Association officers, please stand to be recognized. Will all the graduates who in the last 4 years have served as class officers please stand to be recognized? Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. Will all the graduates who, in the last 4 years, have served as yearbook editor or mirror editor, please stand to be recognized. Will all the graduates who, in the last 4 years, have served as student chaplains, please stand to be recognized. And finally, those of you who have served as ministry directors, please stand to be recognized. Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. Will all the graduates who in the last 4 years have served as a varsity or junior varsity team captain please stand to be recognized? Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. Graduates, we have poured our best into all of you. Today, we are not here to inspire you, but to be inspired by you. Loma Linda community, we are sending out women and men who now know how to be servant leaders. Our world will be a better place because of the graduating class of 2018.
It is a tradition at the high school commencement here at Loma Linda Academy to recognize the service of any high school faculty member who is leaving. I draw your attention to the insert in your program. Is Dr. Lucy Lewis here? Would you please stand? Okay. Dr. Lewis has been the director of our strings program and the conductor of LLA's Symphony Orchestra for 3 years. Under her direction, the string program has grown not only in numbers, but in the quality and difficulty of repertoire. Whether through her directional skills, organizational efforts such as parent meetings and fundraising, bringing in outstanding clinicians, or implementing service learning for the strings program participants, Dr. Lewis's quiet determination has led the group to excellence in their performances, not only locally, but in Hawaii and Florida, where the Symphony Orchestra has toured with her. On those tours, the students were able to represent LLA through outstanding performances and develop lasting relationships with Dr. Lewis, while experiencing with her fun and educational sightseeing. The high standard of excellence she brought to the program will be missed. We thank her for her talents and skills in conducting and the passion she has brought to the strings program the last 3 years. Would any past or present students of Dr. Lewis's please stand, even those in the audience? Loma Linda Academy thanks you, Dr. Lewis, for your years of service to our strings program, and we wish you all the best as you continue your career at Cal State San Bernardino. Would Dr. John Carter please stand? Dr. John Carter has Loma Linda Academy in his blood. He attended LLA as a student, and it is here that he developed his love of music and desire to conduct. He returned first as the strings orchestra conductor for 2 years and eventually took on the role of band teacher, overseeing and conducting all the bands on our campus in grades 5 through 12 for the last 3 years. Dr. Carter's style is quiet yet effective in his desire to get the best sound he can from his ensembles. LLA bands have won numerous awards, and the Wind Symphony has thrived under his direction. Students have truly come to appreciate his expertise and musicality in helping them improve their technique and sound. He has also built lasting relationships with students as they have seen his sense of fun, especially while on tour. Dr. Carter has toured with the Wind Symphony in San Francisco, New York, and Seattle, where lifelong memories were made while performing in cathedrals, on the USS Intrepid, visiting Carnegie Hall, seeing a play on Broadway, or most recently, kayaking while in Seattle. Under Dr. Carter's direction, the band programs at LLA have continued to flourish, resulting in outstanding quality performances. Would any past or present students of Dr. Carter's please stand? Dr. Carter, you will be missed, and perhaps your skills and talents will lead you back to Loma Linda Academy someday. We want to thank you for your gift of service the last few years and wish you well in your new position at Portland Adventist Academy. You may be seated. Would Mr. Leukert please stand? Mr. Leukert puts an enormous amount of energy, time, and determination into everything he does. The knowledge and passion he brings to his classes, rehearsals, and performances equal his determination and effort in bringing out the best in his students. You cannot slack or let anyone else carry you in his groups. You are expected to sing with passion, using the proper breathing and enunciation while showing joy on your face. He pushes you to do your best, whether it's in performances or hiking to the top of a rock. You will make it. No choice. Come on, let's go. The choir teacher with a funny name is also a funny guy with a sense of humor to go along with his sense of adventure. From Thailand to Phoenix, the students who toured with Mr. Leukert came to admire him for his expressive communication, creativity, and relentless pursuit of excellence. And yes, his jokes. He has raised the standard of performance expectation here at LLA in all choral groups, grades 7 through 12, and will be greatly missed. Would any past or present students of Mr. Leukert's please stand? Mr. Leukert, LLA thanks you for how you communicate your love of Jesus through all you do and for your years of service at this school. We wish you all the best as you take on a new career path in music ministry. You may be seated. Will Mrs. Erica Rantung please stand? Mrs. Rantung has served LLA for the past 6 years as an ESL and religion teacher. Her skill and understanding in working with the international students has been invaluable. With her nurturing spirit and infectious smile, Mrs. Rantung developed an English as a second language program that included not only introducing American culture and language to students who were experiencing life far from home, but introducing them to Jesus along the way. With compassion and understanding, she encouraged international students to embrace life in Southern California and engage in student activities at Loma Linda Academy. Mrs. Rantung has happily used her organizational, technical, and people skills to help LLA recruit students through summer camps and trips to China. Her supportive demeanor and constant smile are something both students and faculty have come to rely on. Mrs. Rantung is leaving LLA to pursue a dream of a master's in speech pathology at Loma Linda University. Will any past or present students of Mrs. Rantung's please stand? Mrs. Rantung, LLA thanks you for these past 6 years of service in a unique role. Your constant smile and living example of your love for Jesus will be missed. We wish you well as you transition from teacher to student yourself. You may be seated. Pastor Mark Holm is watching us on live stream, and I'm going to ask his wife Lori to stand as his representative. Hello, Pastor Mark, if you can hear me. Pastor Mark Holm has served Loma Linda Academy for the past 17 years as either teacher, chaplain, or vice principal. He has taught everything from geography to religion, directed government trips and junior-senior Bible camp, organized or led out in countless chapels, assemblies, vespers, and graduations, baptized, counseled, or married numerous former students, preached when needed, sang while playing his guitar, and always made time to pray for the students and faculty at Loma Linda Academy. Pastor Mark is best known for his love of LLA and its students, his love for telling stories, his love of music, including his beautiful singing voice and talent on the guitar, his love of anything Star Wars, and his love, or more like his unequivocal passion, for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Over the last 17 years, Mark Holm has faithfully been a presence at LLA, where his joy of working with teens has been apparent. We will miss Pastor Mark, and we want him to know that whatever challenges he faces in the future, Loma Linda Academy and 17 years worth of students and faculty will always love and support him. Would any past and present students please stand? Mark, you are a treasured teacher, pastor, and friend. Don't ever forget that. We love you.
The next person we are honoring today is not present. And I'm not surprised because she is not one for being the center of attention. However, I'm told she also sprained her ankle since leaving the school last Friday for the last time as an employee. We're talking an employment that spanned decades at Loma Linda Academy. 42 years ago, Gloria Redfield began her work as our school nurse. Back then, the health office was located in that building right behind it. I can see right there the old health office. As the school grew, it became woefully inadequate. But Gloria and the various nurses that worked with her made it work. After all, it was the nurses we came to see and not the health office. And Gloria always made students feel not just better, but special and welcome. She has dispensed, quite likely, 1 million crackers, and unnumbered Band-Aids, many for injuries not visible to the naked eye. But Gloria could see them, and that is why she is so loved and will be so missed. I'm curious. I would like all to stand who ever went to see Gloria about some ailment. I know that faculty, staff, and parents help occasionally. Would you please stand now? We're going to get a picture and give it to her. Parents, anybody, if you've ever gone to see her. Thank you. She has made a big difference. Gloria, you may be seated. Gloria, we will miss you. We thank you for the years of loving care you gave to our students, and we wish for you a wonderful retirement. Bonnie Schoberth, will you please stand? She's over there somewhere. Mrs. Schoberth has been at Loma Linda Academy since 1987, most of those years as the administrative assistant for the headmaster. However, she has done so many other things as well. Loma Linda Academy is part of her DNA. She has been called the glue that holds things together. The history of the school is a particular interest of hers, which is invaluable when questions come up about how something started or the way things used to be. Her formal duties are too many to note here. For example, there is not a write-up about her in the program today because she prepared the insert and I didn't want her to see this. Beyond the formal duties, she takes care of so many behind-the-scenes issues as well. You may have seen her during past graduations as this one as well, coming behind to take care of some detail. It's like the time I tried to be helpful by bringing out the diplomas and setting them out on the table. The trouble is I didn't bring them all out. During the awarding of diplomas, as the problem became obvious to us, Bonnie had to get diplomas back from graduates who had already received theirs so that we could hand them out again. In short, she solves problems that I make. Finding her replacement shouldn't be too hard. All I ask for is someone who, like her, knows what I need before I do, answers my questions before I ask, and knows what I'm thinking even when I have forgotten. Would everybody stand who has had the chance to work with Bonnie as either an employee, board member, or student? Bonnie, you have had a great impact on Loma Linda Academy and you will be missed. I wish you and Bob God's blessing and a wonderful retirement in Oregon.
Thank you.
Thank you. David Tickner, will you please stand? Mrs. Tickner has served LLA for the last 2 years as high school principal, but that is not where her history with Loma Linda Academy began. She originally came to LLA in 2001 as junior high PE teacher. In 2006, she was invited to join the elementary school as vice principal, where she served for 4 years before leaving to become head principal at Orangewood Adventist Academy. She served there until returning to LLA in her current position. She brought her charm and skills to the high school principal's office. Always willing to listen, it was her desire to help solve problems and bring about fair resolutions. She worked to empower students to make a difference at their school and in their world. She loved opportunities to engage with students. That is one reason she enjoyed school trips and tours, where she worked tirelessly to support the trip organizer and the director to make sure all went well. Always willing to participate, many will recall her zooming across the slip and slide during the noontime activity right there on Franz Field. Would any past or present students or faculty of Mrs. Tickner please stand? That includes all of her time here at Loma Linda Academy, including elementary, junior high, or high school. You have had a significant impact on Loma Linda Academy family. We thank you for your service and wish you the very best as you continue to serve Adventist education as Associate Superintendent at the Southeastern California Conference.
Places you never knew it could be. Some find it in the faces of their children. Some find it in their lovers' eyes. Who can deny the joy it brings when you found that special thing? You flying without wings. Some find it sharing every morning. Some find it in their solitary lives. You'll find it in the words of others. A simple line can make you laugh or cry. You'll find it in the deepest friendships, the kind you'll cherish all your life. And when you know how much that means, you found that special thing. You're flying without wings. So impossible as it may seem, you've got to fight for every dream. 'Cause who's to know which one you let go would have made you come graduation day, to see us walk across the stage, to know that I could say I made it. It's time for us to turn the page. It's the growth we've experienced with it that helped us all to win this race. This is the place where high school ends and where new life begins. We're flying without wings. Think of all the joy it will bring when we're flying without wings. Thank you, I love you guys.
At this time, I invite the local pastors to surround the graduated class of 2018. Loma Linda Academy has been dedicated to form strong relationships with our local churches. These pastors who are about to surround you represent the support from the church that will always be there for you. After you leave here, we hope for a great future for every single one of you.
Friends and family, please stand with us as we have our benediction. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, today we are grateful for this moment of celebration. We reminisce on the time we have shared together and remembered how good you have been to us.
God, we continue to appreciate the support that has been present for the class of 2018. We praise you for the multitude of individuals who have been committed to their success and teachers who have guided their learning and academic growth.
God, we thank you for the lasting memories and experiences that have shaped us and shaped our lives and have affected us greatly throughout our experience here. May the relationships we have made continue to be in our hearts no matter where we go.
Grant this class peace, God, as they enter into a different rhythm and atmosphere. Guide them to make choices that propel them into a greater future. May they continue to worship and praise you in the difficulty and in the goodness that life brings.
May we, the graduated class of 2018, continue to seek the support and love of the local church community, our friends, and our family, wherever we may be.
May we, the church, friends, and family, continue to provide the support and love for our students wherever they may be.
Lord, guide us to be the people you have created us to be.
And may we always look for opportunities to create a better world.
And we look forward to creating a new and successful future with you by our side.
We pray these things in faith, in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.